When I was a manager, I received a promotion to become a manager of managers. And I thought, you know what? This is okay. But I learned that I really didn't like leadership. Not at all. And I tell you why. I had employees, employees who were just there. You know, the type of employees who would just sit and do nothing. And I ended up doing all the work and they were just sitting there. And I thought, all I wanted was a happy team. I wanted a high performing team and I wasn't getting it with those folks. But I thought, hey, look, they hired me. So I'm just going to continue to do only what I know to do. Until one day, after a manager's meeting, the executive who hired me, she stormed into the office and she began to curse me out for 90 seconds. And I'm like, I've never been cursed out before. What is this? And she just continued and continued. It felt like forever, but it was only 90 seconds. And then, as aggressively as she came in, she quietly left. And I was so embarrassed. Now, my door's closed, but I'm still looking around. Did anybody see her? Did anybody hear her? Because I'm just so deflated. And then I got mad. I said, who does she think she is talking to me like that? I don't care if she's an executive or not. I'm going to report her to HR. And in my fury, a still small voice said to me, listen to what she said, not how she said it. She said, you're not a collaborator. She said, you're not a leader. She said I wasn't taking care of my people. And she also said I let her down. So I sat and I thought, I've got to change because I can't let that happen again. I can't lose my job. So over time, I decided that I needed to shift the focus off of me and onto the employees, my staff, and the organization. I started reading leadership books. I attended leadership classes. I listened to my mentors. I learned from my colleagues. I learned from my employees about leadership. And I became a certified coach twice. And things started to shift. So much so that my team started to win individual awards. They won team awards. And I won a few meritorious awards and a superior award for my leadership. But I was most happy for my team. I was thrilled. And then one day, after certain, I would say the majority of the organization started meeting with the senior executive without their leaders. I worked for the military. One of the military guys came to me and said, Carla, you have the happiest team in the organization. I said, what? He said, you have the happiest team in the organization. That made me I can't even explain to you what it meant to me. Because remember, I wanted a happy team and I wanted a high performing team. And I got it. But it's because my focus was on my team and the organization. And one of my mantras that I learned from my employees years ago, if you take care of the people will take care of the mission. I'm Carla Coates. I'm a leadership coach. I am a keynote speaker and an author. And today, welcome to our first Lead Like You Mean It, people. I'm very happy to bring on Miss MarieYolaine Toms. Welcome.
Hi, Carla.
Hey there. Let me tell you about Miss MarieYolaine Toms. She is a dynamic leader who wears many hats. She's a financial empowerment coach, certified Pilates instructor, nonprofit CEO, and the founder of Community to Community, where she empowered over 1,200 families in Haiti to achieve sustainable independence. And may I say, that is a beautiful worldview. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Carla.
So, MarieYolaine, I wanted to make sure I said her name correctly. She helped me. So, before we get started, please say it as if you were speaking at home in Haiti.
MarieYolaine.
That's beautiful. Okay. Welcome to Lead Like You Mean It, people.
Thank you so much. I am so excited. Congratulations on your first show.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Okay. We're going to jump in. Okay. I just want to let folks know we're going to have this twice a month, every second Wednesday and every fourth Wednesday from 12 to 12:30. So we'll jump into some questions. We'll have some conversation, some great conversation around leadership. So, MarieYolaine, tell us about your unique journey from nonprofit CEO, owner, to Pilates instructor, to financial coach. What was the biggest barrier you had to break through in transitioning between these different leadership roles?
You will never walk again. I had just graduated from college and I had my whole life planned out. I was going to hang out with my friends over the summer. I was going to travel, and then I was going to come back and start my new job and live my best life. So during the summer, I was visiting some friends and we were playing tennis. And at some point I zigged when I should have zagged, and I heard pop. Next thing I know, I'm on the ground. I look up, folks' horrified faces are looking at me. I look down and my foot is dangling from my ankle.
Oh my gosh.
I had ruptured my Achilles tendon. They rushed me to the hospital, who put on a temporary cast and said to me, "You need to get to your ER by tomorrow, or else you will never walk again." I cried all the way home. Yeah. The next day, I hobbled my way to the ER, and before I could get to say anything, the woman was like, "Your name, please." And I told her, she's like, "Are you a student here?" And I proudly said, "Nope, I've just graduated." She was like, "All right, well, we can't treat you because you don't have student insurance." So I went into a full panic mode.
Yeah.
I thought about, okay, I know 25,000 plus student loans are coming. I already have 15,000 in credit cards. I don't even know how much this surgery could possibly cost. So I'm like, "Miss, I'm not sure what to do here. I don't have a job. I don't have savings. How am I going to pay for this?" She looked up from her keyboard. She tilted her head to the left and said, "Next." So for her, I disappeared and I was invisible. So my dignity shredded, I went home. And as I sat there thinking that my life is over, I'm never going to walk again, because no one prepared me for this. No one told me about money, about how to save it, how to spend it. Not my parents, not school, not college, nobody. And now I'm too ashamed to ask. And I'm like, what am I going to do with my life? At that moment, a friend called me and I told her what happened. She was like, "You need to go back." I was like, "Miss, all right, whatever. Since I have no dignity anyway," I went back. And Carla Coates, it was like they had a shift change from the demon shift to the angel shift. And this woman was like, "Oh, it's no problem. Since it's been less than 30 days since you graduated, we can certainly help you." And I got surgery. As I was in the cast, I felt isolated. I was scared. I was frustrated. The phone I wouldn't even answer because it was the debt collector people calling me. And I felt like I had to make a choice. And I decided that no matter how old I was and whatever I did not know, it was not too late to learn. So I got online, I signed up for every class, I ordered every book, budgeting, finance, time management, money trauma, because I realized that what I needed was a system to help me to understand what I went through, and then give me the keys to learn how to manage my money and how to live a life where I'm not just surviving paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
And I created the 4 keys to master your money without a budget that you hate. And what I realized was that, like I was about to be crippled physically, that there are many people who are crippled in their finances. And I had helped a friend who had a certain unhealthy relationship with a shoe store with 3 letters. I'm not going to name it. And I also had the same unhealthy relationship. And I helped her become debt free. And that is how Focus Fire started. And, you know, I tell people, you're in a critical moment. You're at a crossroads if you are struggling in your finances. And it's important to choose wisely, because my journey has not been a straight line. God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. And in my life, I've often felt like I was neither. And on January 12, 2010, as I was coming home from American Express from work, I didn't know that when I got to Brooklyn, I'd be asked to heed a call. And when I got upstairs, my phone was on fire. Where are you? The texts are coming in. What's going on? Are you seeing this? Oh my God. I run home. I turn on the TV. My eyes are salted with scenes of utter devastation. I'm watching people bloody, covered in debris.
My goodness.
And I realized my country has been struck by a 7.2 magnitude earthquake. And in 35 seconds, 316,000 people are dead. 1 million are homeless without access to food or water, medical help, nothing. And my heart breaks in my chest.
Yeah.
And I look and I see this elderly woman laying there, completely uncovered. And I'm like, why is nobody covering her up? This is somebody's grandmother, somebody's mother. Why is no one covering her up? Are we just not doing human dignity anymore? Like, God, somebody needs to go and do something. As clearly as you're hearing my voice right now, I hear, you go. I'm like, Lord, you clearly heard me say somebody needs to go and do something. I'm not qualified. I'm not a doctor. I don't have a nonprofit. I'm not a nurse. Nothing. No response. I didn't know what to do, but I knew who did. My dad.
Oh.
My dad, who loved Haiti and would say, Haiti is not the perfect country, but it's my country. And I knew that if he'd been alive, he would have been on the first plane out. So the next day I submitted my resignation and I was on the next plane out. I did it scared. I did not know what I was doing. I learned everything, networked, and created Community to Community, a nonprofit service and development organization that empowers vulnerable and exploited communities in Haiti. And we, the team, are restorers of dignity, and we attract those with a heart of generosity to do the same. And now on year 15, I'm gonna share a secret. Heeding the call is not even about you.
Yes.
All of the lives that you'll impact for the good. So I implore anybody who's listening, if you believe that you are called, do not wait to be qualified. Heed the call. It will be the best decision you've ever made in your life.
That's beautiful. That's just beautiful. And like I said at the beginning when I was introducing you, just the fact that you have changed my worldview on Haiti. That you've helped over 1,200 families because what is actually broadcasted on television is that they're a poor nation and they can't do anything for themselves. So if this is the case, as someone who's supporting them as a financial coach, they're highly intelligent people. They can follow, like you mentioned, a system that you developed, and then they can grow and they can become independent. So they're just like everyone else.
Exactly. I feel like I'm, along with the team and our supporters and our donors, we're changing what it means to be generous.
Mm.
It's like a movement for us, this development with dignity, right?
Yeah.
How I help you is so important. You can feel it. If I help you and you leave feeling that you are less than, inferior, that I barely even wanted to touch you, did I really help you?
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to, and this is the example I use, I love this shirt. It's cute. I'm cute in it. It is of value to me. If I give you this shirt, I have given something of value to you. And if you know that, then you know I value you.
Right.
Right? I'm not giving you what is under a barrel or a box in my garage.
Mm-hmm.
I am giving you something that's of value to me. So I want to say thank you so much, because the culmination of 15 years here and being Haitian myself is to hear somebody say that interacting with me has changed the way that they think about Haiti, or that they have seen what is the narrative that's being put out there and they have changed their minds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. More than welcome. Absolutely. Because again, when I read it yesterday, I just thought, oh my gosh, this is just fantastic. And just to have that moment that you heeded the call, it reminds me when I heard that still small voice.
Yes, ma'am.
Listen to what she said, not how she said it. And just the involvement, I thought, oh my gosh, I need to get my eyes off of me and onto the staff. And that's when things, I always use it, that's when things shifted. So I can see you heeding a call, and you did it when you were scared.
Absolutely. Well, again, God knows how to make stuff sexy.
That's
right?
true.
Let's be
How
honest.
true.
Right? So
How true.
it was, you're leaving your job and you're, on a mission from God. You think all of those things. And then you're like, wait a minute, who's going to pay the rent?
Yeah.
Who's taking care of the utilities exactly in this?
Yeah.
Who's in charge of that?
Yeah.
But the entire time, I've never been without a home. I've never wanted for food, for shelter, for nothing. I'm of the mindset that when you take care of God's business, He's going to take care of your business. I believe that. I am a testimony.
He provided. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And that's what I thought when I had to shift my eyes off of me. Because I'm thinking, wait a minute, this is my career. I should be able to focus on my ladder. It's all about Carla Lynn Coates. And I need to do what? Look at other people? Huh? That was so different. But it was also liberating.
Agreed, right? Because I think, and the folks on the mountain, the project manager and the stakeholder community associations that we work with humbled me, right? Because I think we get a different mindset here about leader. Leader is, I'm in the front, I'm in charge, do what I say, not, I don't need your opinion. That's not what you're here for, So we've all had that job. And I've had wonderful bosses and I've had not so wonderful bosses in my work life, like from being a babysitter to present, right? That I've had. And one of the things that I learned from them was leading from the back, because when you provide everything that folks need, they're going to get the job done. And it also conveys that you see that, right? So if I see you picking up, if we're in a restaurant and I'm the owner and I'm the manager and I see you picking up a pot and you're doing this, I'm going to get you some of gloves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you're going to be like, oh, she saw that I'm trying to do my job, but this pot is hot. I'm still trying to be on top of getting this food out there, though. So now I'm going to actually work even harder because I feel seen, I feel heard, I feel
Yeah,
cared for, right?
absolutely.
An of glove. That's all you needed to do, as opposed to hurry up. Can you? The people are waiting. Get the food out there. That is not how you lead. That is not how people grow
Mm-hmm.
and become better employees, become
Yeah,
better team members. It just does that does not work.
yeah. Because people don't want you to treat them like you're in a parental role and they're your children. They want to be treated with respect at any given level. They want to be treated with respect. And then also, just like you said, you provided the gloves. It's with providing anything, but at the same time, I can sit back and let them take care of everything. And that gives them authority in their work. That gives them ownership. That gives them accountability. Hey, I enjoy showing up instead of, oh, this is another day. I know somebody's going to bring out the whip and start hitting me on my back to say, no, do this, do that. Instead of let your people shine, give them room to shine.
I agree with you 100%. I think that what I have noticed in my work life, and whether it's corporate America or nonprofit or running my own business, is that oftentimes people are given a lot of responsibility, but no authority.
Yes.
And that's what frustrates. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
responsible to do all of this, but I don't have the authority to say yes or no. That I have to run back. You said parental. So I have to
Mm-hmm.
run back to my boss and be like, is this okay?
Yeah.
I had a great boss at Amex. First of all, we trusted each other. Like, I had all his information. Do you understand? Like, I
Mm-hmm.
could have left the country and started a whole new life. Like, it was that level of
Yeah.
information, right?
Yeah.
But we took care of each other. And my goal was that my boss was never going to show up to a meeting unprepared, right? That I was always on top of everything. And as a result, that trust that we had for each other, right? I didn't have to go to him and be like, I need to buy a pencil. I need to buy this. I need to get that. I had a budget. So I rocked the budget, right? And I had the black card, right? So I knew how to use it, and that he didn't make me feel like I was a child.
Yeah.
That I had to go ask him or ask her. I had two awesome, oh my God, it was three awesome bosses actually. That I had to go ask them for permission. We were in partnership. We worked together.
Yeah. 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 Love that word, partnership. It is a partnership because it's a team effort. It just so happens to be someone is head of the team, but that
Correct.
someone who's head of the team is still part of the team. All right. My next question for you, Miss MarieYolaine. How did I do?
You get an A for effort because you
Okay.
just you
All
are
right.
in like, I am going to pronounce this name
I
correctly.
tell you, I'm going to pronounce it. Okay. Share a time when you felt completely stuck as a leader. Maybe when you realized you needed to change your approach to connect with your clients or simply lead your clients. And when did you know you had to stop performing and to start genuinely leading?
When I started community to community, I felt like I got stuck in a loop. And the loop was make sure everything's perfect, because people are not going to donate if you're not perfect.
Yeah.
So wherever I was, I wanted to make sure everything was right. How I was dressed, what I said. Like, I would be so stressed out. I felt like I looked very polished on the outside, but inside, I was freaking out, right? And then I also felt like people were counting on me. So it took a trip where I was working so hard that we had engineers and we had architects who came to meet with the folks on the ground, meet with their engineers and architects for the school that we were going to build and the water distribution system. So in the plane, halfway there, I realized I do not speak technical Creole. Like, I don't talk about seismic activity and climate with my mom. We speak, hi, mom, how are you? Type of situation. Yeah. And I was like, this is going to be a problem because I do not know how I'm going to translate architectural terms and engineering terms. Humility is important in being a leader.
Oh my goodness.
It really is. And I think that what broke me out of the performance validated perfection loop was when I landed, I had a choice. Either I try and finagle this way out on my own, or I work with the team and I work with the stakeholder association and I tell them, I don't know how to do this part.
Yeah.
Like, I need help. And that was a big deal for me because I feel like I'm very self-contained, like I can do everything, right? Awful qualification for leadership. Awful, right? So, but I was like literally like kind of broken. And I was like, I need to do something. So I went to them and I said, listen, I'm going to need some translation, some help on this because I'm not sure how to do this. And I hadn't been home in 16 years. So I probably had 10 Creole words that I could use in these. I was like, okay, but God protects babies and fools. So turns out we put.
Did you say God protects babies and fools?
Yes.
I gotta remember that.
Yeah. If you look up in the dictionary, my picture is right there. So, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, and I'm introducing everyone and everything else. And the most wonderful thing happened. Folks use, because they were empowered on both sides, the English speaking and the Creole speaking, to do their best, right? To translate. And then when folks felt like the performance, the perfect thing had to come out of the room, because I modeled it, which was awesome. I didn't realize that till later. Everybody was like, and it turns out the architects spoke drawing. So one of them would draw something and then the other one would go, no, pas comme ça. And then they would draw it. So they barely spoke, right? What little broken English Creole that they had, but they spoke drawing. And the architects spoke drawing and the engineers also. So, and formulas, like they were speaking a whole other language that I didn't understand. So I went to go play with the kids because I was done at that point. They didn't even need me, right? And that's another thing of leadership, right? That I don't have to be on top of everything. If people are empowered,
yes,
you can go do something else. This leading from the back thing is the best.
Absolutely. And it also reminds me of the fact when you realize you were stuck, and also showing humility, which I think is the number one requirement for leadership.
Amen to that.
Because you don't know everything. You cannot do everything. But when you have those particular situations, you're sitting there and you're wondering, how am I going to go forward? There are a lot of people within your team, they know how to go forward. But the ego sometimes steps up and say, no, I should know. And then sometimes leaders may come up with something that's just idiotic and it destroys or dismantles the team. Whereas they could lean back and say, you know what? I'm just going to say the name Joe. Joe knows how to do this. Joanne knows how to do this. Let's get together and let's move forward together. That's a leader, instead of coming up with something and people will say in 5 or 6 days, okay, I'm done with Carla. I've got to move on, because she has just dismantled us. She has just caused chaos within the team that we didn't have, only because it was all about her.
And they don't feel comfortable to come to you, right? So that's the thing. So even if they're like, this is the most ridiculous idea I've ever heard, there's not room to come and say, okay, Carla, I heard what you said, right? And so you just said something important. Inside, as a leader, you're going, I don't know how to do this, but we don't verbalize it, right? So I had to learn to move from being the one who had all the answers to the one who asked better questions, right?
Yes.
And you can't be a team if you're not at least dependent on some people, right? My COO, Olivia Maxine Robinson, the conversations are amazing because of what we do of going back and forth of ideas, right? And we don't even have a hierarchy of ideas in the organization. If I present something, everything goes through the mission. Is this going to create self-sufficient communities? Is this going to result in development with dignity? So even if it's my idea, it may not work.
Yeah.
Olivia's might be better. Brad's might be better. Medea's might be better. Beatrice's might be better. Francienne might be better. And if that's the case, if you are guided by the mission, by the vision, then it's objective, right? So it's not anything personal towards Carla or towards MarieYolaine. It is, does this idea further the mission?
Absolutely.
Will it move the needle to complete the mission? And if it is that, yes. And if that's not my idea, that's awesome. That's one thing I can really say about our organization is, there's a quote, I'm trying to remember who said it, but it's amazing how much you can accomplish when it doesn't matter who gets the credit.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And that goes along with my mantra that I shared earlier, that I learned from an employee. If you take care of the people will take care of the mission.
Yep.
It's about moving the mission forward. But
exactly.
Fantastic. Okay, so my producer, Connie, said, you may get through the question number 3, and then you're not going to have time. Because right now we're at 31 minutes. Connie was right. But anyway, we'll continue a little bit long. So, MarieYolaine, I'm going to get this.
Man, listen, you're 5 to 5.
All right. See, there you go. Okay. Can you share, take about a minute to share about your business and coaching?
Oh, sure. So Focus Fire started from my almost broken leg, my almost being crippled for the rest of my life. Literally. And what came out of that was the system. And what came out of that was my ability to empower people to design the life that they desire, to create the income streams that they deserve, and to make the impact that they were born for. I teach people to heed the call, right? And the finances is the base place. I don't care what you want to do with your life. If your money's not right, trust me, there's going to be problems.
Yeah.
Right. And we all come from some money story and some money memory. Right. I had a client who was a lawyer, 6 figures, literally probably bringing in 10 to 12K a month easy. No wife, no kids. Right. So you would think this person is got it going on. But it was like he had a bag with holes and he was just pouring sand into it. He was like, MarieYolaine, I do not even know where the money is going.
Wow.
Right. And I have a saying, if you don't tell where your money where to go, it just goes away.
Yes.
It just goes away. Never to return also. Right. And so when we sat down together and were doing the work with his money memory and his money story, he shared that his memory was that as a child, his mother had an adversarial relationship with money because they only paid the bills, the light bill, when it got cut off.
Okay.
And so when the guy came to the table, to the door rather, she'd curse him out and give the money. Gas man, curse him out, give him the money. So he hated money, he hated bills, he hated budgets, all of that.
Wow.
But the deep thing about us as humans, it doesn't matter how broken you are, traumatized you are, or damaged you think you are, your gifts, talents, and abilities are still going to come through. He's still smart. He still became a lawyer. He still made 6 figures. That he carried the money trauma manifested in his money management. It did not prevent him from being an amazing person, right? Wow. And that's what I want to get through to people. You do not want to be functioning. You do not want to be ordinary. You want to be extraordinary.
Yeah.
When you get your finances together, as I share with folks, there's 5 things you should be doing: making money, saving money, investing money, giving money, and spending money. Spending is last, because if you make money and you spend it, I promise you, the other 3 are probably not going to happen. So I created the 4 keys to master your money without a budget you hate, because it is born out of what I went through. It's like my testimony and my gift at the same time. And I'm actually doing it on July 19th, this month. And folks can go to focusedfire.life and they can register and they can learn how to stop, as you said, get out of being stuck,
Yes.
get out of the cycle, break free, and heal.
All right, beautiful. All right, right now we're at 35 minutes. So I would say, tell us about your unique journey from actress, which is fascinating to me, to Pilates instructor, to financial coach. What was the biggest barrier you had to break through in transitioning between these different leadership roles?
I'll start with the end in mind. My biggest barrier was giving myself permission to evolve. I think growing up, at least in my generation, you could only choose one thing.
Yeah.
You were 6. What are you going to be when you grow up, Carla? I'm going to be a nurse. That's it. We're done.
Yeah.
Nobody's asking you again, right? And even if you said, I want to be, and truthfully, listen to this. Kids are so smart, right? When you ask a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, what do you want to be? I want to be a nurse. I want to be a helicopter pilot. I want to be a doctor. I want to be in the circus. They got it right. God help us. We have 50, 60, 90, 100 years of life. Shouldn't you be able to do more things than one thing? Mm-hmm. Like the math doesn't math, right? So I grew up from a choose one thing and that's your whole life. You work 30 years, you retire, etc. When I started acting, which my parents were like, no, you're going to be poor. Don't do it. Yeah, I was 4. I was 4th grade, and I was cast in the school play Hansel and Gretel, and I ran home and I was like, Mom, I want to be an actor. She was like, no. And my dad was like, no, baby, you will be poor, and don't forget, you're Black and you're a girl. And that is when the I'm gonna be was shut down.
Yeah.
The imposter started. So it took me probably another 30 years to address that. And I quit the job I was in. I went to go take an acting class. And I remember saying, Lord, if this is not for me, just let me know, because it won't die.
Yeah.
And that day, I also went for an audition. It was at the Kennedy Center, and I got it. And 6 weeks later, I was on stage.
All right. That's beautiful.
So from there to, community to community, to burning out, finding Pilates, saving my life, and me becoming certified, and then continuing on to start Focus Fire, because it just, for people, I think that what made me stuck was that I didn't see the through line, right? But the through line for me is service, is that I want healing for everybody. Mm-hmm. When I'm on stage and I'm playing an abused woman, after the play, 10 women come up to me. That was me. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for saying that. You helped me deal with some stuff while I was in the audience. My Pilates clients, thank you for teaching me how to breathe. It has helped calm me. It has helped bring my blood pressure down. I did not know I was this strong inside. For the people on the mountain, there's a saying that we say that, I get emotional thinking about this. We had provided funding for them to build latrines or outhouses. Mm-hmm. And when I went to go see it, when it was done, they had a ceremony giving people keys because not everyone could get one. Because again, I live here. I have 2 bathrooms here. I've never gone to the bathroom in the street in my life.
Yeah.
And I think about that. It's like, that's a human right. And the gentleman came and he took both of my hands and he said, thank you for restoring our dignity.
Yeah. Bravo.
I was like, so my journey is service. My journey is helping people get delivered from the things that have held them back, that that it's still in there, right? You may forget your dreams, but your dreams never forget you.
Yes. Yes. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. A life of service. And it doesn't matter it didn't matter which roles you were in. I mean, actress to financial coach, even, Pilates, it's a life of service. And it's truly no matter what role anyone takes. And it kind of takes me to the fact that when someone's in a particular role and they notice that they can't get promoted, and they're looking at themselves and they're seeing all these other people get promoted, but it could very well mean that, just like I was, they're focused too much on themselves, and they can't make the shift. They don't have the clarity to make a shift to say, you know what? No wonder the executives are not hiring me, because I'm not giving all of me. I'm just giving a portion of me.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, that's leading from your authentic self, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Right? I loved your story in the beginning when you said, again, you took offense to what she said.
Oh, yeah.
And if you hadn't listened, like you just said, you'd have missed out.
Yes. Yeah.
Because she was giving good information. But again, we are insecure, low self-esteem, emotional as humans. And so we're ready to defend, right? And to fight, and she's strong, Listen, when my team shuts me down, it hurts my feelings sometimes. Yeah. I'm not going to lie, right? But I know that they are focused on the vision. I know that. Yeah. I know that they would protect C2C. I know that they will always serve and protect our partner communities. I know that. And the moment that I realized that I was leading from my authentic self, I didn't care if somebody didn't understand that I was an actor, that I was a Pilates instructor, that I was a financial coach, and that I was a nonprofit CEO. I didn't care, because at that point I was 5, and I was like, I'm gonna be an actor, I'm gonna be a Pilates instructor, I'm gonna be a CEO, I'm gonna be a financial coach, I'm gonna do all of it. And I went back to that person and I told them that was okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, MarieYolaine, I tell you, I'm gonna get it.
You got it.
I may not have the R, but I want to make sure. You should have seen me last night. MarieYolaine, Marie. And you notice at the beginning, I may have thrown an A in there, Maria, and you had to correct me. MarieYolaine. It's a beautiful name. I just have to make sure I say it. So
thank you, Carla. That means a lot.
I thank you. I thank you for giving us a different worldview on Haiti, a beautiful worldview on Haiti, through leadership, through humility, through service. And I applaud you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so very much.
May I share about our event?
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely.
So thank you. So Community to Community is having our 3rd annual Gela and Ghislaine is a golf classic on Thursday, September 18th at Pelham Bay Golf Course, which is in Bronx, New York. And you don't need to be a golfer, because we took some good feedback from folks last time who were like, I don't know how to golf. So now we have a golf clinic. You can come to lunch or you can donate. And I encourage you to sign up to receive our impact report, because it's important for you to see where your money is going. So hopefully come join us. It'll be a beautiful day on the green, and network, meet some people, and do some good.
All right. All right. Well, thank you. I thank you for being my first guest to Lead Like You Mean It, people.
My honor. Thank you.
Thank you for talking about leadership, and leadership from the heart. So leadership from the heart doesn't show that you are less of a leader. It's someone who I can let go the ego, and it hurts sometimes, because my ego has been hurt. And like you said, from the people that you work with, from your team, my ego has been hurt. But then I had to put it in the background, because it was about the mission. It was about the mission and taking care of people. So We may have different roles, but I tell you, it's the same path.
Amen. I agree.
Yeah. So thank you very much.
Thank
And
you
I
for having
still
me.
say you go along right with my mantra that I learned from an employee years ago. If you take care of the people take care of the mission. So thank you.
Thank you.
So for those of you, I want to say, listen, if you're stuck, and as I said earlier, if you notice you're not being promoted, others are being promoted beyond you, I want to invite you to contact me. You can contact me, reach out to me in my bio, and we can get together and we can have a discussion about your future because you need to move forward. Then also, I want to say thank you to Connie, my producer. She's done a wonderful job. She's off screen, but thank you so much. And folks, I will see you in 2 weeks. Remember, we're going to have this on the second Wednesday and the fourth Wednesday of every month. And it should be for a half an hour. I don't know. This is almost 46 minutes. But I've had a great time with MarieYolaine. So I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. We're going to meet with retired chief Rhoda Mae Kerr. That'll be a fantastic conversation. So, folks, I want to say thank you for our first time together. And again, lead like you mean it, people. Thank you.